3, 2, 1.
Washi.
Speaking of goals, so it will be an interesting session based on the content and based on user experience. So I know sometimes the conversation can get a bit tense.
Yeah.
And the idea is that we keep it respectful, listen to hear whatever the other person is saying, and then when it's their turn, they also um, speak and you get to listen back. Also, you are free to disagree. No one has everything figured out in terms of the knowledge and perspectives. So let's do that. We do it respectfully so that we save so much time and we capture as much information as possible. I want to introduce our panelists. Otieno Simba, visual artist, moonlight researcher, and thinker. Makofi kwake, clap for him. Next to him, none other than Kimemia Masharia, historian and writer. Makofi kwake, clap for him. And our lovely host.
Lovely.
Yes, we felt the warmth from the welcome to the conversations, the tour, and even random chats, like easily making friends, making an attempt to build a community for these conversations to happen. Very welcoming, especially even to the Karibu Nairobi team, and ensuring that in case we ever need this, he's taking care of us. So Paul Ekaba, he's a communication expert, but also a curator for the African Heritage House. Let's clap for him.
We have a lot of literature. You've seen sculptures, you've seen textile, you've seen carvings, you've seen a bit of woven and symbols everywhere. So those are all different ways in which we use to communicate and all personal information. We have so many items from West Africa. Somebody mentioned that a lot of things from within the house are from West Africa because West Africa conserved a lot of their items. East Africa, we had a bit of issues with the colonialism because when they came in, we had Christianity coming in, unlike West Africa when we had Islam. So Islam did not term the African tradition barbaric, but Christianity did, where a lot of items were pushed on the side and our forefathers were encouraged to go into class and leave alone the traditional education which was used from one generation to another. And East Africa, of course, when you look at it, most of our information was passed through carvings, like the Kamba people. They will carve, they will even leave, uh, inscribe on containers or make wall paintings and stuff like that. That's why we don't have a lot of mask culture within East Africa. Yeah, most of the mask culture is from the West Africa, celebrating of different versions of themes within their communities. But of course, we have also, because we never write and read, so that's the only way to sculptures and textile and weaving. But we've had introduction of course, people who also came to explore the continent, and they also left behind literature that we used to try and deduce what Africa used to be before the colonial. We have sculptures, we have monuments that tell stories about us. But then the whole idea of how do we get to the conclusion that this is exactly how the continent was, and which information are we putting in or putting out as a whether you're a content creator or a creative or somebody, a storyteller trying to pass on the information from one generation to another. So at what particular point are we reaching upon and say, this is exactly what it used to be? Or how do we get there? So that's the idea of the question. How do we get to understanding? If we are not going to get there, then but how do we try to at least understand this certain traditions. Of course, most of them have been washed away. So that's basically the question.